Hey Juan, so my Maverick welcomes you to the podcast stories. Thank you so much for joining me today and giving me your valuable time.
Thank you, Nita. Thank you for the invitation. Glad to be here.
Thank you. And so we before actually start with the podcast, I would want you to share with our viewers where are you joining us from? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you, Nita. So I am from Colombia,
Mhm.
but I live now in Peru. I got married 6 years ago to a beautiful Peruvian, and that's the reason why I'm here in Peru. A brief story about myself. As a profession, I'm a business administrator
Mhm.
specialized in marketing.
Right.
And I would say for the past 13 years, I have been really gone deep into healthy lifestyles. I changed my eating habits quite
Okay.
abruptly, I would say, from eating a lot of meat to stop eating meat and eating more plants. And also include meditation and like healthy habits in my life. And that was a big thing for me. And
Mhm.
now I'm sharing that with people and helping people make that shift towards eating more plants, but also uh, living a more healthy lifestyle. So I do that with people and with companies as well.
Right. So that's a very important point that we are going to touch upon shortly. So let me start by asking you that you come from a business family, you already have a set business in your family, and despite having the comfort of working with your family, you still chose to work separately. Like a lot of people wouldn't do that, they would want to
Mhm.
carry on. So, what made you take this choice and move on to do something different?
Yeah, thank you, Nita. My dad, he's been a businessman. He's into construction and other business. And I've been actually, I work, one of the businesses has into more confection and clothes. So I work a bit with him on the marketing area, which is something that I like. But I've always have had this idea in my mind that we should do what we really want to do and not only what we could do because we can do so many things. You can, I know, I could work in the construction business, but it's something that I don't didn't want. I mean, it was not like as a rebel because it was something I didn't want. I of course I could work with it, but I did not want it. So I've always looked for the things that I want to do that I feel I like to do, and knowing that doing that I could get better on it. So yeah, that's been like my idea. Of course, this has brought things with my family. I just say people start, why don't you continue in the family business? And I say, you know what, it's not something that I like. I respect and I have communication and relationship, of course, with my dad.
Mhm.
But I've not gone. I think right now in this stage of my life, like it's more like we share from the different projects each other. I share from mine, and he shares from his projects.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, like we give support that way.
Right. That's a very brave decision that you have taken. Must appreciate that.
Thank you.
Right. So now coming back to following your passion, while you chose a different line of work, it seems that you were still not very happy with what you were doing. Like it wasn't like fulfilling. So at what point of time did you feel, that this is not that you are extremely passionate about? This was not your calling?
Yeah, I've been. I have to say more recently, since I studied since I started to study more personal development and got more into Bob Proctor's material,
Mhm.
that I've really started to make the question, what's the purpose in my life? Like why am I here? It's not only to, eat and sleep and work, and that's not it. So what's the purpose of my life? And by asking myself this question, I realized that my purpose in life is to promote veganism. That's what I want to do. I've experienced it myself, and I want to share it with others and make it easy for other people to experience it as well. It has so many benefits regarding health, regarding the planet, regarding the animals. But I I know I feel I want to follow my passion, and I know it's like this, this burning desire that you want to do something. Maybe you're not doing it fully, but you say, I know I can do more. And still, I mean, and I'm happy for the. I mean, I still wake up some morning and say, I want to do more. Like I feel I'm not doing enough on that mission and that purpose that I discover within me. And so I look for other ways to do things. And so I think that's good. I think it's like there is I think it's Earl Nightingale that shares the opposite of courage is not cowardness but conformity. But so I don't want to conform, like, okay, that's what I'm doing and that's enough. So always I like to want to do more and align it with my passion. So
Mm.
I feel so happy for this. I'm always looking for ways on how to do it and how to do it better. But it started when I started to study all this material and asking myself, understanding who I am. I think that's a great question to ask.
Absolutely. So, which brings me actually to a very important point. Would you actually agree that there are no limitations as such to realize when and what you want to do in your life? It's never too late to start chasing your dreams.
Yeah, never too late, of course. I mean, never too late. I feel I'm not like very old, but I'm not 20 years old, So I feel really happy because I feel when I was 20 years old, I didn't knew so much what I wanted. It was like I started business administration, but I have to be honest, it was more due to the fact that I knew what I did not want. For example, I knew I did not want to be a doctor. I
Mm-hmm.
did not want that. I knew I did not want to be an engineer.
All
I
right.
didn't want that. But so it was more like okay, I don't want it. There is this business administration. Okay, let's go that way. But I was not clear, really clear.
Hmm.
And I think it's great for young people to really start asking the question, why am I here? What do I really want to do? And I see children, they're like going along with what the masses do, and they go study this because most of their friends are doing it. And right now, I feel I'm more clear about what is my purpose in life. But to answer your question, yeah, I feel and I believe there are no limits.
Mhm.
That we really are so capable of doing whatever we want, and I think that's really inspiring. I have to say this faith
Mhm.
of being like unstoppable or being like unlimited comes from study. All the study that I do, I know you're into it, of course, as well, helps to strengthen that faith, to really understand, I'm infinite, so that's awesome.
I was just about to say, mind is infinite. We just limit it with our own thoughts and beliefs that we have been conditioned over a period of time, right?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So, you have been mentioning that you were studying Bob Proctor's program, and now, of course, we both are studying it together. But when you are picking up information which is available on the internet, as compared to when we are actually studying the material together, properly with the guidance in a systematic
Mm.
way, how do you think this has so far helped you in terms of shaping your thoughts, in terms of shaping your future? How did it help you to
Oh,
think differently?
so much, so much, Nita. If I look myself, and I have to say, 6 months or 1 year ago, I see a change,
Mhm.
And the biggest change for me that I see is clarity. That's one thing, like clarity on what I want
Mhm.
and have goals is something that I did not used to establish in my life. Like, that just saying, okay, I want to be better and that's it. But
Mhm.
that's not a goal, So being more clear, having a goal, understanding our infinite potential, it has helped me so much. Like really, really becoming aware that I can manifest and realize what I want. It's like we set up we make these divisions, like you see a successful person, maybe I don't know, I would say, I don't know, Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, or and you think they're so much different from you, like they have something special. And when you see it, that I mean, the basics is the same for everybody, so we can do that also if we really want to. I mean, it will take time, it will take energy, of course, but we can. And I think that thought of saying, I can do whatever, and that has been a big change for me. I have to say, since my dad was a businessman, it's like I grew up surrounded and seeing, okay, there are, I could have a company. That's something that I became aware of. I saw my dad doing that. But I also had my limits, okay, this is what I do. I'm good at this. I'm not good at that.
Mm.
Uh, uh, we put ourselves so many limits. So I would say something that all these materials have told me is to also become aware that there are truly no limits. I mean, we only limit ourselves, and understanding that yeah, we have so infinite potential that we like don't take life for granted and really go towards your dream because you can achieve whatever you want to, whatever you imagine, you can achieve it.
Absolutely. And all it requires is a structure to follow and discipline yourself. And I think that's where a lot of people get into struggle. And that's why most of
Yeah,
them give up midway, I would say, when they are very close to
yeah,
winning.
yeah. I was studying Bob Proctor material for the past 2 years, and I went into network marketing a few years back, and network marketing talks about this kind of stuff. Bob Proctor, the book. So I started with that at that moment in my life. But I was not rigorous. I was not disciplined. I was not like studying every day as I do today.
Mm.
I was not into that. And this program, Thinking to Yourself, has brought me this structure, as you mentioned, to
Right.
really say, every day I should study. Why? Because that strengthens your faith. The understanding is the opposite of worry and doubt, because you say, how is this going to happen? If you study this, you're like, okay, it's totally possible. I mean, there are laws that govern the universe, and it's not luck. That's something, a big change, like really understanding there is no luck. Like
Mm.
I was saying, this guy is lucky. I'm not lucky. Uh, Good luck to you. We say that a lot, but there is no luck. There are laws. There are laws that govern the universe. So you want to achieve something, you work with the laws.
Right.
So I think that's so powerful to understand that a law works all the time for everybody. It's not for some they will work and for the others it doesn't work. That's powerful to know, that we operate by laws.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was very, very well explained. I just loved it.
Thank
Great.
you.
So now touching upon the topic that you really, really love a lot and you're extremely passionate about is about veganism, right? So before we actually get into that, I want you to share it with our viewers. What were your eating habits prior to this, right? And what made you change or made you switch over to veganism? What is something that, triggered inside of you that brought this huge
Okay.
change inside of you?
Thank you, Nita. I would have to say that before this, I was almost anti-vegan. Really, I was a heavy meat eater. If
Yeah.
you told me 15 years ago,
Hmm.
uh, would you want to try veganism? I would say, why would I stop eating meat, eating animals? I love it. I love meat. I love cheese. Why would I stop doing that? It was like crazy for me. And
Right.
I would say I love to eat, and I still love to eat today. And I would say, back then, I would say, eating vegan is like lettuce and tomato, that's it. I'm not into salads because that's what you think, vegan, only lettuce and tomato. So what happened is that 13 years ago, I got into a course. Actually, I was working with an NGO back then, and
Mhm.
they suggested me to contact an organization. It's called The Art of Living. And I took a course that they did, The Art of Living does. It was a 6-day course. And during the course, they told me they recommended that I should stop eating meat, chicken, pork.
Mhm.
And I said, yes, okay, I'll do it. I still drink milk and eat cheese. I mean, that was like allowed with the course, so I keep on that.
Mhm.
And by only by becoming a vegetarian, which will be the description to, not no meat, no chicken, no pork, but do drink milk and eat cheese.
Right.
I saw a difference, and it was a difference in the level of my energy. Like I felt more awake. I felt something was happening.
Mm.
This course also teaches you breathing techniques. So it was a combination, but
Mhm.
I saw a difference and I said, I feel different and I want to go that way. I want to keep moving this way. So I kept, and I was a vegetarian for 8 years almost. And it was actually when I was here in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading one day. I remember I was a vegetarian, so I was still drinking milk and eating cheese.
Yes.
And I realized, being 40 years old, that I became aware that cows gave milk because they were moms.
Right.
It's not like in my mind something triggered and say, cows don't give milk because they're cows. They give milk because they have been moms,
Mm.
and they babies get taken away, or most of them get killed one day after they get taken away from their mother. Their mother cries. These cows, they cry because they lose the child. So every mom, every woman, and I'm sure every man can relate to that. And I say, I don't want to support that. And I know,
Mhm.
talking in a healthy way, we don't need to drink milk or eat cheese. And by the way, it's almost, not almost, it's worse for your health. And we don't need it. And I don't want to promote that violence that is there. So I say, I'm becoming vegan. That's what triggered myself thinking of that and say, I'm vegan. From this day on, I'm 100% vegan for the animals. That's it. And so I started that path, and anyway, then I studied more. I certified in plant-based nutrition to
Mhm.
know more and to help people like with
Right.
more information. I
Right.
base my recommendations also in science. There is so much science behind this. And apart from health issues and compassion issues, there is the environment. Also,
True.
cows are a big polluter, and all animal agriculture a big polluter of the world. There are so many benefits that I dedicate myself now to that. So that's been like my journey. So when somebody comes to me and say, I will never give up meat, I tell them, I get you because I was there 14 years ago. I get you. I will be saying to you the same thing.
Mm.
I just encourage people to not become vegan initially, include more plants, like start, okay, one day a week, or I would say maybe one meal a month.
Yeah.
That it's also a plus. I mean, that helps. Of course,
Right.
if you want to see more results, include it more. But I help them with that process of doing it gradually if that's what they want. Mm.
Wow. So from a voracious animal eater, you've become a compassionate animal lover.
That's
That's
a
a
great way
good
to put it. Nina. I love that description. I'm taking that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And I can see it in your eyes when you speak about the way these animals are treated, and how
Mm.
much you kind of emotionally connect with their pain. I
Oh,
can relate
totally.
to it.
So,
Absolutely.
all animals, I mean, dog, I mean, most people are dog lovers. A dog is the same, for example, as a pork. Actually, porks are more intelligent than dogs, but we eat porks and we take care of the dogs as if they were our own child. And that's a paradigm, that's a cultural paradigm. And people say to me, but we need pork. No, we don't need to eat pork. I mean, we don't need it. Actually, it's, again, bad for your health.
Mm.
And all animals, I mean, cows. I read this question
Mhm.
asking, why do we eat cows, pork, chicken? Why these animals, and why not, I don't know, zebras or lions or other animals? Why do we eat those animals?
Right.
And the answer is because of their hearts. And if you think about it, it's because these animals, they're so soft in their ways, they're easy to manage. It's easy to handle a pork or handle a cow. And maybe if you would, I don't know, cultivate lions, it will be easier to handle a lion and kill it, so, or kill
Right.
him. So because of their hearts, and that it's even more compassionate because they have so pure hearts. If you look at the eyes of any animals,
Yes.
the same of the eyes of your dogs, or of you. There's a soul there. There is pain, but also there is happiness.
True.
So yeah, compassion is such a powerful way to live. And once you get that, and you see you don't need it, and you know there is a way, it's an easy change. You do it like that, and you can still eat delicious. That's the best part of it. You don't have to give up taste. You can
Right.
still eat delicious.
Great. I'm going to come to that. So now that you've always shared that how going veganism has helped you in terms of changing your mindset, in terms of
Mm.
your energy levels, and you are working and feeling much better. could you share a little bit about, emotional eating or the eating disorders that people have these days and how it
Mm.
affects their mindset?
Yeah,
Okay. And how
totally.
would you go out and help such people? What would you want to share for such people?
Okay, okay. Thank you, Nita. Uh, going back to this course, this breathing course that I took, it was so powerful for me that I became an instructor for this organization. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teacher. We teach breathing techniques to manage stress and manage anxiety and manage these emotions.
Mm.
And it's totally linked with what we eat, because if you look at it, many times we eat not because we're hungry or we want to, take care of our body,
Mm.
but because we're stressed or we have anxiety. We want quick happiness. That's what's happened. You're sad, you're feeling depressed. I eat a cake. I eat a big bowl of ice cream. Because you want quick happiness. That's
True.
what happens. So when you manage those emotions, when you manage stress, when you manage anxiety, you get healthier. I mean, you become you are more in your I would say close to your ideal weight, but
Mm.
you're also healthy because you're not eating due to anxiety or due to stress or due to these emotions, and you understand how to manage them. So I also help people not only change the way they eat and tell them how they should go about it,
Mhm.
but also teach them how to manage stress. And it's very simple. Actually, our breath is such a powerful tool. I would share here a quick tip. If you're
Sure.
feeling stress or anxiety right now at this moment that you're watching this, maybe one easy thing to do is focus on your breath. That's simple as that. You can close your eyes and focus on how you inhale and how you exhale, and why you do it for 5 or 10 times, 5 inhalations and exhalations, or 10, it will be. Why does it help? Is because you bring your attention to something that is happening at the present moment, right now. Anxiety is due to the fact that we are, our mind is on the future, and it
Right.
stays there, because it's good to dream, and you and I talk all the time about big dreams,
Mhm.
but don't get stuck and don't get caught up in the future. That's when anxiety comes. So anyway,
Absolutely.
that's something that will help. And you know the mindset is such a powerful thing, and that was like the final thing that I have included when helping the people that I help, is because I help them. I know somebody comes to me and said, I'm overweight,
Mhm.
or I want to change my eating habits. I know it's good for me, it's better for my health, and maybe better for the planet. But I know what I want to do, but I don't do it.
Mhm.
And you and I know, we study this, that there is a difference, there is a gap between knowing and doing. We may know that we should eat better, but we just don't do it. And what's in the middle of that gap is the paradigm. So the paradigm is a program that is guiding your actions. And that's in your mind, that's in your subconscious part of your mind. So once
Yes.
you understand that, you can more easily achieve any change. That's the thing. So I think that's powerful to understand how the mindset comes into all of this, because any change you want to do in your life, may it be around eating, or may it be around your finances, or may it be around your relationships,
Mm.
you have to take care. Or you don't have to, because many people do it without, but they struggle a lot, and they don't see usually like permanent results. When you understand your mindset, when you start to change your paradigm, you will see the results, and the actions will be more easily for you, and those actions will bring you the results that you want.
Right. And most importantly, this week we are celebrating the Mental Health Week. So you have
Mhm.
very rightly, in fact, highlighted the point that the mindset is important. Maintaining a healthy mindset is important in every aspect of our life and not just about our food habits. Like you said, finances, decision making, everything. You need to have mindset as healthy as your physical body.
Yeah, totally, that's it. Yeah.
Yes, and we join the gyms and we are trying to look the prettiest physically, but you need to be pretty over here as well, not just the physical
Yeah,
part of
totally.
you.
To make it easy, the paradigm self-image, which is something also that is included in your, or is based in your subconscious mind. So if we don't take care of that, the change is more difficult, and that's what we do in Thinking to Results: help people make that change, understand what is the paradigm, change their paradigm to what they want and how they want to look. So the actions that we take are done in a more effortless way.
True. And just before I move to the next question, I just read this quote yesterday and it hit me quite hard. These days, the way we get carried away, most of the people get carried away with the pictures or information that's posted on social media. And someone
Mhm.
had written, smiling faces and weeping souls. So, and that really hit
Mm.
me hard. So everyone is smiling and trying to show the best part of their life, but the soul is actually weeping inside. So you need to
Mm.
pay a lot of attention to your mental health, definitely. Thank you so much for
Totally,
highlighting that.
totally. No, no, thank you for sharing this. I think it is everybody needs to hear this. Yeah, totally.
Yes. Right. So, you have such a busy schedule each day. How do you keep yourself so inspired and how do you keep yourself so focused each day? And where do you get all this inspiration from? Any
Thank you, Nita.
stories that you want to share?
I think this is a great topic because I was not like this before, like
Mhm.
being so more organized with my schedule and having these time blocks. I think it all starts by knowing what you really want,
Mhm.
like really taking some time to ask yourself, what do I really want in life? I mean, what do know what others think that I want, or my parents or my spouse? No, what do I really want?
Mhm.
And by asking that question, you will discover your purpose, or it will move you in that way, and from there you can start setting goals. And I think that's the best motivation. I have to say, on the for example, as I told you already, my purpose in life is to promote veganism. On
Yes.
my nightstand, I have a little bowl, like ceramic bowl. It's like a Peruvian tradition,
Mhm.
but it reminds me every day of my purpose in life, because I'm telling you, I'm doing this because of the animals. I mean, I really want for this world to be more compassionate towards animals, and
Yes.
not kill them as we're doing, and not treat them, for everybody, to be more compassionate. So that's a reminder. But because right now I have clear my purpose, I know what my purpose is right now, so I'm focusing on that. And I think from there you said all the things. I mean, you organize your day. I have, for example, I do time blocks, something I learned. I block each time I bet for different things.
Mhm.
And I have to say, I'm the process still, like I adjust. I write my schedule for the week and how things are will happen. But every now and then I readjust when
Mhm.
I feel this is not working. I know sometimes you say I'm gonna do this in the morning and it doesn't work. I
Yes.
change that. But there are some things that I do. My meditation. I meditate every day, at least once a day,
Mhm.
and usually two, sometimes three times. I do one long meditation in the morning, but then
Mhm.
short meditation at noon and on the evening. I also exercise. That's a thing that I do that helps me a lot, and I like it. And I study. Those are the three things, like my meditation, exercise, study, and exercise. Those three things, I look to do them on the day, and I have time for that. And of course, part of my work, what I want to do right now. So
Right.
yeah, it's a process. It's a process to do it. But if anybody wants to know more about it, we'll be glad if you can contact me, or I'll be more than happy to share more detail to anybody that wants to know more. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now that you are in your happy space right now, what are your plans for the future and any inspiring words that you want to leave our audience with?
Yeah, Anita, for my plans, is, of course, is to continue to promote veganism.
Mhm.
I'm focused on Spanish-speaking communities, I have to say. Anyway, if you are watching this and you are in a non-Spanish country, please contact me. I'll be more than happy to share information with you. I work with clients in English as well. But I feel there is there is so much to do here in Latin America. There's so much education still to be done. I mean, for example, you in India, you are more aware of this kind of stuff or eating habits. Europe is becoming more aware, but Latin America, we still have some work to do.
Mhm.
Uh, and I want to help, and I want to be that inspiration for the people. So my idea is to really impact people through companies. I see myself as a business, vegan business. So it will be successful vegan businessman. You know that's how I see it. Helping people, but also helping organizations. I'm also helping companies sell more of their vegan offer, all tied to my life purpose. So one thing I would share to people is get clear on what you want.
Mhm.
Really take some time. It will pay off. Get clear on what is that you want in your life. What is your life purpose? And the beautiful thing is that our purpose is not something that is outside. It's something that is inside. We just have to discover it. You know, we all have it. It's not like I have it and you don't. Everybody has a purpose. So just have to discover. Just how do you discover it? Take some time. Take it easy. Do some meditation and ask yourself, what do I really want? And bring out your purpose. And from there, set goals. And from there, take actions. And you will see things starting to happen. So really enjoy this life. Don't take life for granted. I think that's another lesson, like, I mean, we don't, maybe tomorrow we don't wake up. Here we are, you and I talking, and
Yes.
maybe this could be the last talk. I don't want that, but that's true. That's how it is. So
Yes.
really enjoy the present moment. I think that's a powerful thing. Thank
True.
you.
Thank you, Juan. I want to say that you have been so inspiring and your talks have been so beautiful. I'm sure the viewers are going to resonate with it. And I absolutely love the way you have explained each and every topic by putting your heart into these talks. And I completely want to thank you for giving your time and explaining and coming on this podcast and sharing all these beautiful thoughts and stories with us.
Thank you, Nita. Thank you so much. You look so beautiful on that
Thank you.
space with the color. You're so shining. Thank you, Nita, for what you're doing. And I really encourage you to keep on going. I mean, that you're inspiring so many people by inviting people to talk about different things and know it about more. And you're adding value, a lot of value. So congratulations for that. And please keep that work that you're doing. I think it's awesome and it inspires more people. It empowers people to really achieve their purpose and their life mission. So thank you for that.
Yes, we have to follow our legendary Bob Proctor and be of service to people and provide them with the
Yeah,
right knowledge and information, right?
yeah, totally,
Absolutely.
totally.
I would like to end this podcast by actually saying adios, amigos.
That's awesome. You practice that. That's good.
Yes, I just wanted to get
Yeah,
the accent right.
it's perfect. I'm sorry I did not practice for some Indian bye
That's
bye. Sorry
fine,
for
no
that.
problem.
I love to move my head like that. I've been to your country once and
Yes.
I love it. I have to go back. Yeah, such
Yeah,
a beautiful culture.
yeah,
Thank you, Nita.
we keep nodding our heads all the time.
Yeah. I love it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Juan. I'll see you
Thank you,
again.
Nita. Blessings to you. Enjoy.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.